Good morning. We found some energies in the house. What happened? Good morning. Thank you so much. Now we can sense your presence. The Right Honorable Dr. Aljon Sudo, the Deputy Secretary General of the Commonwealth, the Honorable Ministers that are representing the Ministerial Task Force for Youth in the Commonwealth, our speakers, the previous speakers that spoke so eloquently, and you feel that you have nothing left to speak about, Ms. Alodi Iradukunda, the Rwanda National Youth Council chairperson, Mr. Kim Allen, the chairman of Commonwealth Youth Council. I was telling him, you look like Rwandese. I was speaking to you in Kinyarwanda. That's the beauty of being in the Commonwealth. The members of parliament representing youth present here, our esteemed partners, the young people, our esteemed young people from 54 countries. Good morning once again. Allow me this time to request my colleague ministers who have traveled all the way representing the Commonwealth Youth Ministers Task Force to rise up for recognition, starting with our chair, Honorable Minister from Uganda, and colleague ministers, just rise up for recognition. Yes, colleague minister from Ghana and others are here. Thank you very much for joining us. I think the rest are also on their way coming. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rwanda, as my colleagues mentioned. Allow me to convey the warm greetings from the President of the Republic of Rwanda, His Excellency Paul Kagame, and the people of Rwanda. His Excellency, the President, would have wished to be with you, but to be here in person, but I know he is with you in spirit. He knows you're here. And he appreciates all your efforts you're doing within your communities. It is my utmost pleasure to officiate the opening ceremony of the Commonwealth Youth Forum 2022 under the theme, Taking Charge of Our Future. We have waited for this moment for so long, but here we are. The pandemic, as they mentioned earlier, hit us so hard, disrupted all the sectors, all our plans and goals, but we have come back stronger and more devoted to achieve more together. The Commonwealth, as they mentioned, the Commonwealth family accounts for 2.5 billion people, and of which 60% constitute the young people below 30 years of age. But the theme of this year's forum could not have been a better time to speak about it than now. In Rwanda, we have positioned the young people at the center of our nation's transformation. As this presents many opportunities to leverage their potential, innovation, and open their minds and imaginations. The Youth Forum was curated from young people's ideas by determining the topic of discussion, but also having the majority of their peers sitting on various panels that you are going to hear for the next 3 days. Dear young people present, this forum will not only set a comfortable slot for you to share ideas, exchange and network with others, but also will leave concrete actions regarding your active involvement in decision-making, trade, entrepreneurship, environment, information technology, to mention a few. I encourage you to build networks that will turn into long-term markets needed for your innovations. Create innovations that respond to the problems within our communities. I am sure you will leave here with more knowledge and transformed mindset. If we refer to what Mashirika, the performance, had this morning, which was very energetic and exciting, I want us to speak and reflect on what does it mean to take charge of our future, especially the young people. It shouldn't be a slogan. It should be actionable. What does it mean to say we take charge of our future? I want to ask you some few questions and you can keep on thinking about it. Is your future in your hands or in someone else's? Are you present to take charge, or you only procrastinate? I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do it in the evening. I'll do it next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next 6 months, and on, and you don't take action now. So are you present to take charge of your future, or you only procrastinating? Are you doing what is necessary to create your future, or you leave it to chances? Are you determined to leave the world a better place than you found it, or it's someone else's duty? The mindset of the people who take charge of their destiny, I want just to highlight a few, but you must be having also a lot, because I think you thought about the topic and the theme of today. I believe these are people who are present. By being present physically, spiritually, psychologically, economically, name it. Are you present? Do you think about what to take the charge of the future means? They are present, they organize their lives, they are self-disciplined, they keep time, they are responsible. They are responsible and responsive. They adapt to change, and I think we saw this mostly during the COVID pandemic. We never knew that this would happen. But people who survived are those who adapted and were responsive to the current challenges, and they became relevant. They don't make excuses. We don't want to have leaders who have a lot of excuses. So no excuse leaders who won't say, no, it's not me, it's someone else, pointing on others and forgetting about ourselves. Do we have no excuse leaders? They know trust and respect is earned and not given. You don't expect to be respected or to be trusted just like that. You earn it, you work for it. You don't take things for granted. They always say, this generation is a generation that takes everything for granted. They don't know the elders or the old generation have worked so hard. But we know every generation has their own mission and their own challenges. So are we taking charge of the current situation, the issues that we have today? They make mistakes, yes, admit, and learn from it. They love to be counseled, and they seek advice. They have values that define them. They are not swayed by every wind. To be swayed by every wind, to be taken by every group that comes. Let's go do this and that, and you lose focus. If you don't stand for anything, you fall for anything. Please think about it while we're here for the next 3 days. What does it mean to take charge? Do I have these kind of traits or attributes that make you someone in charge of your future? And what does it mean to have? Can you go alone? Do you need others to go along together? How do you create this network of like-minded people? For the partners, I'm very pleased to express our gratitude to the Commonwealth Secretariat that is represented by the Deputy Secretary General. We are so grateful for the great work you're doing. For the Commonwealth Youth Task Force, this work you see was done by the young people, totally the task force of 21 members. I want to request them to stand up for recognition. Alodi and your team, Alan and your team, rise up for recognition. These young people did a lot of work, tireless efforts. Thank you, thank you. Thank you behind there. You can have your seat. They worked tirelessly to come up with an action plan, to come up with the program, the content, the list of delegates that would come, and every detail. We were only there. They always say, we want you to give a blessing. I didn't change anything. I would say, I bless everything. It's wonderfully done. And so we come here and take credit, yet you are the one who did all the work. You did the legwork. So I want to appreciate the young people for the great work you've done, for their tremendous support to the organization and delivery of this memorable gathering that you can all enjoy for the next 3 days. We have also witnessed partners joining us and our efforts and contributed enormously to the content of this forum, and more importantly, they offered significant financial resources and support. I wish to recognize MasterCard Foundation, One UN, UNDP, Prince Trust International, PTI, Digital Opportunity Trust, Malaria No More, Global Green Growth Institute, World Vision Rwanda, Imbuto Foundation, and many more for your contribution. I want us to give them a round of applause. As I conclude, allow me to wish you a very lovely stay in our beautiful city of Kigali. Enjoy our hospitality. Also explore the country beyond the conference settings, and please plan to visit once more and keep on tweeting, say, visit Rwanda, so that people can visit and come and see what you enjoyed. There are other places we're talking about, are we going to have fun? The Deputy Secretary General asking about, are we going to be able to have the moves of the young people here? Yes, in the evening you can move around the city and you learn more of Kinyarwanda dance, and you can go when you're an expert in your own country. I wish you fruitful deliberations. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. Asanteni.